And we say greetings, this is Kabanka Pyramid representing the Lion Voice vlog. Make sure that them check it out and stay tuned. See? Rastafari blessings every time.
I will never stop, hail the Most High, and I will never stop, call Rastafari. Blessed love, this is Kushite representing for the Lion's Voice. We are here to tell our own story, Rastafari.
We are talking about the relationship between Jamaica and Ethiopia and how it will save the planet Earth. Big talk. Where am I getting this from? We are going to go into the speech His Majesty gave to the Jamaican Parliament in 1966.
Well, Lion Voice, tell them that's the people first choice. Lion Voice, make the lioness them feel nice. Lion Voice, for the lion cubs we sacrifice. Lion Voice, got to show the people them the life. Lion Voice.
Jano, I'm so hungry, bro. I haven't eaten all day. Like, my head started to hurt me too. Like, what more could I eat right now?
What about a city samosa? So come now and get your samosa, a fusion of Indian, Jamaican and African culture. City samosas, the best samosas in the city.
Put it out for the youth. Yeah. Free higher gift. Freedom. Focus. Preparation. Determination. Yeah. That's the key to redemption. Haile Selassie, I'm a Gideon. Hey yo, this is for the people who stay in court with either criminal cases or child support. It's either entertainment or go play sports. That's the choice that them give you when your skin is black. The ghetto neighborhoods, they was filled with crack. Hard to move to the other side of the tracks. We work all day, plus we paid our taxes. Still Babylon treat us like we're second class. Wanna profile us when we stepping past. And when we drive, they follow with them lights. A flash, a flashback. Remembering back in the past. Escape plantation, crawl through the grass. When Babylon fall, then we all would laugh. They keep building their walls, but they all will crash. Because the people must be free. Exodus, well that's a must for me. We stay hungry, cause we on the grind. We stay hungry, cause we was born to shine. We stay hungry, we gotta use our mind to stay hungry. Ain't got time to waste time, stay hungry. When we on the move, we stay hungry. Ain't got no time to lose, we stay hungry. We got our minds to use, we stay hungry. Tell them knowledge is your focus. Hey, yo, this is for my people who stay at work all day. Say them gotta work for them pay. Sometimes it hurt, but them still find a way to make ends meet. Sometimes they gotta pray. Some slave in them jobs to them old and grey. I'd rather live like an angel, fly away. Some say that they wanna be a thug, they just wanna be respected. No love, that's why they stray. Some drunk off a Hennessy and Alizé. Some just punks, I can spot them a mile away. Cause their style is wild, my mind civilized, cause it's coming from the banks of the Nile. Tell Babylon release the juveniles so the youths can see what they want to achieve. Proper education, that's what we need. Tell the youths that it's better to know than to believe. We stay hungry when we on the grind. We stay hungry cause we was born to shine. We stay hungry, we gotta use our minds. We stay hungry, ain't got time to waste time. We stay hungry when we on the move. We stay hungry, ain't got no time to lose. We stay hungry, I got our minds to use. We stay stay hungry. Tell them knowledge is our food.
Do you have to tell the people about Rastafari?
Light to the world. The king of kings and the conquering line of the tribe of Judah. Elect himself. Where's right ruler? Hey yo! Yeah. Hail them high, hail the black king on the 23rd of July. So tell them guy who praise God up in the sky, it's a lie. The Almighty living on your night. From ancient time them a try. Them Romans know them just open them suit and ties. Criminals ain't got no alibi, they stole my people. Then them come without them genocide.
Are you talking about slavery?
Them couldn't kill. The lion will come conquer Judah tribe. Go through tribulation, and I strive, see sufferation, and I still rise. That's why we tell them in America, live Rastafari in every ghetto area. We come to tell them in a Toronto, straight at
Greetings in that divine name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I. Glory and honor in the name of his chosen queen, Empress Waziri Menen. My name is Kwasi Bonsu, aka the Dejazmatch Kwasi, aka Ras Kwasi, aka the Reading Ras, aka the Pan-African Happy Man. I'm a creative industry attorney, I'm an author, I'm an artist, I'm an actionist, and right now I am the host of the Lion's Voice. Welcome to the Lion's Voice, and welcome to the Lion's Voice Network, where the Lions are telling our own story. Today's episode, we are talking about the relationship between Jamaica and Ethiopia and how it will save the planet Earth. Big talk. Where am I getting this from? We are going to go into the speech His Majesty gave to the Jamaican Parliament in 1966. We're just coming off of our historic groundation panel, April 21st. If you haven't seen that, Jerry Small representing Jamaica and the Honorable Kes Haile Michael. We had Bongo Grease, our Nyabingi Elder, All-Manchan Council, founding member representing Trinidad, Rasipo representing Barbados. Everybody I called so far, with the exception of the Honorable Priest, was present during His Majesty visit. And then we had my brethren, Ras Culture representing Haiti. If you haven't seen it, go check it out.
Yes, you heard me up to Eric Williams?
Yes, continue.
Yeah, Eric Williams invited him to come to Trinidad in 1964 because they met at a conference in Africa. A matter of fact, Norman Manley and some other people were there, but they weren't that interested. They were trying to save themselves from some things that was happening in Jamaica. You still hearing me?
Yes, I. Perfect.
Are you still hearing me?
Perfect.
Still hearing me?
Yes, I. Perfect.
All right. So now in 1964, also a government mission went to Ethiopia to study low-cost housing, because Ethiopia had been doing some low-cost housing that all of the so-called third world could learn from, how to build better houses for the poorer people for a more economical price. So the Minister of Housing of Jamaica and some technical people went on a mission to Ethiopia to study low-cost housing in Ethiopia in 1964. You hear that?
Yes, I. Continue. We're hearing you perfect.
Yes, all right. So when they were leaving on they meet with His Majesty. His Majesty said he would like to do something for the people of Jamaica, but he would like to do it in the area of education. So he gave the Minister of Housing some money, including some solid gold and some cash, to go and build a polytechnic school in Jamaica. You know, polytechnic mean a technical school, but higher than a high school, and teaching all of the technical areas of education. Poly mean many and wide. The word poly mean many and wide. That's why polygamous mean you have many wife, and some of them wide. Anyway.
But that was about His Majesty visit to the Caribbean. But you know, we have to give special, as a Rastafari platform, attention to His Majesty visit to Jamaica, because that pertains to the modern manifestation of the movement and its clearest connection with His Imperial Majesty on a large scale. And it has huge implications for the movement. And also, I would argue, when His Majesty addresses both houses of Congress, of Parliament, he is addressing in part the Rastafari community, which, you know, of course, shaped his perception of his trip and the whole journey, because everywhere he went, he was confronted with the Rastafari family, who came out in their numbers. And this was the first time Jamaica and Jamaican society knew how many Rastas were present. Because remember, Rastas up to this point were persecuted. They were hiding in gullies, in the mountains, in the bush, you know what I mean, in the forests, you know what I mean, away from people. So when His Majesty came and all of these numbers came out, in their numbers, he had people walking miles from country come a town. This was the first time Jamaica was like, wow, this thing is real. This is also, you know, a seal that loose for the world to say who this man is, an inclination, the response. You know, Jamaica was changed forever after this trip in terms of dealing with the Rastafari community. It's the first time Rastafari was allowed in public buildings, that any type of recognition was offered. The video is on YouTube, the black and white video historical footage. Go check it out if you haven't seen it. So, but I want to get into something that was said in the speech to the Houses of Parliament that I think is so important right now and speaks to the power that we have, the mission that we have as Rastafari connecting with Ethiopia, and why so much effort has been made to destabilize the movement and everything like that. So we're going to go into that speech today. We're going to be reading from the selected speeches. So if you have it, feel free to open, read along. But we're doing that deep dive today. Jamaica, Ethiopia, critical for international peace and security, His Majesty said that. But why would he say that with this little island and this African nation? How can they be critical for international peace and security? Why was His Majesty seeking Jamaica's entry into the OAU? We had our historian, legendary Jerry Small, also explain how His Majesty demanded to be taken to Marcus Garvey's burial space so he could lay a wreath and pay honors before doing anything in the country.
When His Majesty reached Kingston, him said to the Governor General, no, I don't know if you didn't know, so Marcus Garvey did start to fight against Haile Selassie in 1936 and 37. Yes. Marcus Garvey was in good relation with Haile Selassie. Misunderstand Haile Selassie. When Haile Selassie come in a exile in England 1936, they blocked Marcus Garvey from meeting him at the train station. There's a train station that meet the boat train. It's a boat him come from Palestine. Haile Selassie never go to England in exile. Jerusalem, Haile Selassie go to spend him exile. And when him go to Jerusalem, the whole of the Jew them at Jerusalem start gather around and say, "We king come." This is not the white people, no. Yemeni Jew and all them people is people as dark as His Imperial Majesty and darker. The Yemeni Jew and all of the Jew them in Jerusalem start gather around Haile Selassie and say, "We king come and we go free from Britain." So the British got very frightened and said, "Boy, Haile Selassie go and cause them forget throat at Jerusalem." And then big Haile Selassie say, "Please come and spend your exile in England, where it is nearer if you travel go of the League of Nations, because we know say I make several trips to League of Nations. And them said to him, say, please leave out of Jerusalem and come spend the exile in England. But I chess Haile Selassie a play, you know. So him knows that them all get afraid and him knows that will lead to the next move. So when them beg him for come to England, him go yes. But him knows they afraid them take over Jerusalem. Never go to England in an exile. Jerusalem go. Anyway, when the boat reaches Southampton, which is a port, you have a train leave from the boat and go into London. You call it the boat train. And when the boat train reaches London, all of the black militants in London and all of the black leader them gather up in London to meet Haile Selassie, including a man named Dejazmatch. Him call himself after his mother's father name. Anybody hear about Dejazmatch, famous Pan-Africanist in them time?
Yeah,
Come from Guyana, British Guyana, yes. But he's a Pan-Africanist. And call himself by the Ethiopian name Dejazmatch. So them pick out some of the leader them. The British pick out some of the more moderate leader and carry them into a railway coach near to His Majesty train and introduce him to His Majesty in 1936. But them deliberately leave out Marcus Garvey and don't carry me in. Them don't want Marcus Garvey and Selassie link up. So now Marcus Garvey tried to contact His Majesty several times through the mail, both by writing letter and by sending telegram. But you know who deliver mail in America? Anybody can tell me. Kwasi, who deliver mail in America?
The U.S. Postal Service.
Yes, the U.S. Postal Service. And who deliver mail in England?
The English Postal Service.
It named the Royal Mail. Now, do you think the Royal Mail is going to carry no message from Marcus Garvey to Haile Selassie and back?
No.
The Royal Mail is not going to, just like how them never wanted Jew them in Jerusalem, link up with Selassie. The Royal Mail is not going to facilitate no link up between the two greatest African world leader. So Marcus Garvey writes several letters and sent several telegrams to His Majesty in London. Don't get no reply. And being so disappointed, because leave Jamaica in 1935 in disgust, you know. Them fight him down so much, including take away the whole of property. They take away his property, them take away his wife's property, them take away the UNIA property from Liberty Hall. So they did these things between 1927 and 1935 to mash him down. And by 1935, he was so disheartened that him leave Jamaica in exile, so him never coming back to Jamaica. So in that frame of mind, and not getting a reply from Haile Selassie in London, you know how the mind works anytime people are depressed? Marcus Garvey gradually started to criticize Haile Selassie, say him not replying to him, and yet him see him up and down with white people. And Marcus Garvey got more and more disgruntled till Marcus Garvey started to write some terrible thing in his paper, leaking about Haile Selassie, eventually saying Haile Selassie is a coward and nobody enough to support. And this is Haile Selassie, a man that was supporting the UNIA from before him crowning. From before His Majesty was called Haile Selassie, from Matafari, Haile Selassie was supporting the UNIA from 1918, before him crowned, 12 years before him crowned. And was in contact with Marcus Garvey and send money go give him and send land title in Ethiopia go give him. But I still love Marcus Garvey because I know that the greatest of people make mistakes and sometimes weak and under stress. Anyway, long story short, when Haile Selassie drive from the airport and going into Kingston, Haile Selassie said to the Governor General of Jamaica in the car, I would like to be taken to the shrine of Marcus Garvey to pay my respects. What is Haile Selassie teaching us? He is teaching us that we must not make misunderstanding, cause estrangement between us, even though it is a natural thing to feel away and don't talk back to that person there. Haile Selassie set that great example, even helped me in my personal life. Haile Selassie first stop was to go to a race course, go to the shrine of Marcus Garvey where body bury, salute it and lay a greet and pay him respect to show the people them that there's no hard feeling between Rastafari and the Garveyites. Because for years in Jamaica there was hard feeling, and up to now, a lot of Garveyites and a lot of Rastafari don't have no use for one another. But the majority of it overcome it by the example Haile Selassie said.
What were all of these signs and symbols? What was the messaging on this historic visit? You know, we want to go deep because which other platform gonna go deep? Before I go there, let me first just big up Lion Pride on Patreon. Right now we're filming on our brand new camera. We're still working on getting it dialed in, the sound, trying out different mics, different things. I had to go forward to my old mics, new mics I bought weren't up to the standard. So we're still playing with the technology. So give thanks for the patience, but give thanks also for the investment of the Lion Pride on Patreon. We're going to continue to upgrade until we have a fully operational world-class operation media platform. Big up everyone in the Patreon. We're going to be having our first town hall meeting for the Lion Pride on Patreon May 11th. We're excited about that, working on creating a firmer community. You know, we want to elevate this community and really utilize it to change the world. We're not just here to talk and to highlight. Yes, that's part of it, but we want an active audience. We want to awaken our economic potential. We want to create that economic base and be a part of that economic base and cultivate the audience that will feed that economic base. All of these things we want to do. So give thanks to those who are rising and shining, who have woken up and realized that no one is coming to save us, and that we are the solution that we are waiting for, and that without economics we will continue to stay in bondage, and that as times get harder we have to come together. We're in the midst of our economic trade war with China, which shows no end in sight. The head of Walmart, Target, all of them call Donald Trump and say, listen me, if this continues, prices are going to raise and shelf them are going to empty. So, and that's in the next couple strong. So we're bracing ourselves in America. This summer that is approaching us is going to be very tight, very tricky. You know, when hardship happens, you know, robberies, crime, everything are going to raise up as people just struggle to make ends meet. So the instinct is to lock off to yourself and try struggle through it. The communities that will survive are those that come together, that pool their resources. Every mickle make a muckle, every one cocoa, full basket. So these are the mentality. We are calling for a global mindset shift. Wherever you are, you know, connecting with like minds, making sure that your dollar is circulating in your community, making sure you're collectively securing resources, you're collectively reasoning to bring down costs, buying things in bulk. All of these things, you know, we're going to be talking about more and more as we move along. But the key right now is the mindset shift. Again, not looking at this as victims, lambs to the slaughter, because we may not be making a lot of money right now. We may be working a few jobs, but what we need to do is, again, connect with like-minded people, pool resources, invest, and build industry where we can. So big up all of the Lion Pride on Patreon that are helping us build this platform, the Rastafari Independent Non-Aligned Media. And in building this platform, we are providing a space where Rastafari businesses can advertise. So big up all of our sponsors. Frontline Books. May 3rd, we're going to be doing a special episode with Raseku Tafari. He's going to share some books that he has in the catalog. We're asking our audience to buy the books, again, circulate. When we bring people on the platform, economic warfare we're dealing with. Harness that $5, that $10, buy something from somebody. If we have 10,000 people spending $1 even with our guests, that guest walks away from that reasoning with $10,000. This is how we have to shift the mindset. So it's not about any one individual coming with this big money as the savior. It's about collective security, cooperative economics. So big up Raseku, that's coming up. Big up Ramia King Design, Raslidge. Big up yourself. We talk with Raslidge. He's getting ready to launch a new platform to support Ramia King Design. So get ready. and we will be sharing it, and Bridget will be coming forward. Big up Wally King's graphics and design. Big up CMAS Life, all of the business, Ras Wulde, one of our closest brethren who is doing some powerful work. But the idea, again, big up City Samosa, who is also one of our youth entrepreneurs. So remember, we're offering free ad space for our youth entrepreneurs under 20. So reach out to us if you have a young person with a product and they're trying to build a global brand. We are here for that too, as we approach 40,000 strong in the Lion Pride. So what I want the family to see globally, because enough of the items are commenting now, the thing is bubbling, we give thanks. But what I want to see more than anything is that we understand that we're in this together. Washington, D.C. Rastafari community not going to do this by ourselves. Jamaica Rastafari community not going to do it by themselves. Ghana Rastafari community not going to do it by yourself. Atlanta, New York, you name it. These pockets are not going to do it by ourselves. It's the workers, the people who are invested, who grew their children in this liberty by pooling that $5, that $10, by sending it to the things that we love, not just criticizing what we don't like. If you don't love that's great. Find someone that you resonate with and send your money over there. We have Rastafari TV, big up Sister Fanai, big up Ayad Radio, Breadlocks, the article Dreadlocks, big up Honorable Priest Isaac, big up Honorable Priest Kailash, big up I Just Star, big up Just Jam Magazine. I can go on and on, Sela Media, all of these platforms that are out there where the item need to get acquainted with, and again, support one of them. You can't say you don't love all of them, but let us get out of this passive vibration, or the vibe that people need to work for free and they should just be happy. If a person is providing a service, we should be happy to serve, because that's how our blessing comes. Because when we do that, and then now we're ready to provide that service, guess what? That energy come forward. We have created that culture amongst each other, just like every other nation has. But what was beaten out of us, which was divided and ruled out of us, we are now the restoration, the change that we want to see. So big up everyone who has made this uprising possible. Big up our latest Lion Pride and Patreon member, Queen Mother Chinzira out of the VI. Big up yourself, university professor. We have all kind of people in the Patreon, so join. And the networking, we're about to turn up the networking. I don't know if you know the caliber of people that are the Lion Pride and Patreon. I don't want to keep on tooting the horn, but it's a place you want to be. We're going to be bringing the ones them together. We got grassroots in there, PhDs in there, we have producers in there, we have fitness people in there, we have all kind of, you name it. It's growing. We're small, we're little, but we're talawa. So join us in the Patreon so we can build a movement. And if you can't, whatever I tribute, whether it's a live with a super chat, $2 big up Ras, the fireman who always come in and drop a $2 on the live, a $1 here, $10 there. Big up yourself. Big up those who just like, comment, or share. The like boosts the algorithm. Whatever you do, but take action. Don't just watch, because we are fighting to build something here, and we're not going to build it by ourselves. We're going to build it with the strength of the collective family, and that's how we're going to maintain it as an independent platform, is by the audience being an active investor in the platform in terms of making sure things get done. We will have sponsors, as you see, but we're preferably targeting Rastafari businesses. We want to build the businesses so that they can afford to market with us. So we create our ecosystem, so no matter what happens with the trade wars, the this, the that, I will be insulated somewhat, because we are moving as a collective and not trying to weather the storm as individuals. So big up, watch and peep, all of the ones them, is so crucial. And His Majesty saw all of this coming and was trying to prepare us for this. And I'm going to get into why the relationship between Jamaica and specifically Rastafari and Ethiopia is critical for international peace and security. We have a major role to play, and this is why the media piece is so crucial. And big up all of my African audience. And the majority of this channel views and audience come from the African continent. That's by design. We push the content to Africa. So big up all of the African family. And why is it key? Because tribalism has been what they have used to win the victory, divide and rule. And what we're saying as Rastafari is unity does not mean uniformity, and we can work together. So I want to read from the selected speeches, the address to the House of Parliament in Jamaica, and just break down some of this language if the item will bear with I, and we can get into it. All right, so His Majesty address to the House of Parliament in Jamaica. He says, distinguished members of the Jamaican Parliament. He said, distinguished members of the Jamaican Parliament, I am glad today to get this opportunity of conveying some thoughts to the Jamaican Parliament and people. The people of Jamaica have a long, glorious history. He's talking about Paul Bogus, Sam Sharp. He's even talking about Nani of the Maroons. He's not talking about the co-option of the political party system. Trust me and believe me on that. And we'll see as we read further how we can be confident in saying that. The Jamaican people have struggled to attain their independence, and since independence, the Jamaican people, in an exemplary national unity, have gone on to bring further abundance and progress to themselves. Because I know the history of these wonderful people, and because I know of the sentiments of the people of Jamaica, entertained for Ethiopian people, I have always wished to come and visit Jamaica. Now, thank God, this wish of mine has been fulfilled. So this is a wish that the Most High had. Jamaica is loved by the Almighty, man. Tell the I. And those of us born there, blessed enough to be born there, we overstand the blessing that you feel in the space, which is why, you know, the powers that be have tried so hard to corrupt the space. They know what it is, and His Majesty studied, and he wished to be there, and he manifested that wish. What a power. And again, studying Jamaica means he's studying the rising of the African peoples of Jamaica. He's not glorifying the colonial history, obviously, and he talks about it further on. As I said, it becomes clear as the speech goes on. Upon arrival in Jamaica, I have seen more than I expected. Upon arrival, what did he see? A sea of Rastafari, Nyabingi drum, you know what I mean, the whole of Sacrament, clouds, you know, rain turned to sunshine, flock of white birds, you name it, he saw it. Upon arrival in Jamaica, I have seen more than I have expected. I have seen the progress of the people, and I have seen their determination to march forward in unity towards greater progress. I have also witnessed personally the extent of the feeling of the Jamaican people for the Ethiopian people. Again, I wish to take this opportunity of expressing my thanks to the government and people of Jamaica for the wonderful reception that was accorded to me. So he's thanking the Rastafari community for the reception. Remember, overwhelming, no military parade, all of that get kicked. Sea of people, no other place on the planet Earth greet Kadamawi Haile Selassie like the people of Jamaica greet Kadamawi Haile Selassie. The outpouring, the Nyabingi drum, tum tum, tum tum. I have seen Rastafari. Tum, 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 tum. Can you imagine? His Majesty hearing them chant there, I shake the whole plane. I don't know if the item really know what is going on. All right. Our relations with the Jamaican people, as I have said already, is not of present origin. At a time when the Ethiopian people bore aggression, harsh aggression, the people of Jamaica showed their concern and sympathy to the Ethiopian people and have in this way provided us with encouragement regarding which the Ethiopian people shall be forever grateful. So he remembers that Kingston people were lining up to go fight in Ethiopia. They were not allowed because of the British intervention. The relations in a broader sense between the people of Jamaica and the people of Ethiopia and Africa are deep and abiding. Again, he's providing context to the earlier when he talks about he's studied the history of the people. Now he's talking about Ethiopia and Africa are deep and abiding. Why? We have all struggled for independence and have achieved it now. Because we are people dedicated to the achievement of our independence, we have attained an objective that is the basis for continued mutual cooperation and goodwill. Now here is the kicker. In addition to this, there is a bond of gratitude, a bond of brotherhood. Key, a bond of brotherhood. The people of Jamaica, and by and large, have originated in Africa. Key, and big up all of my brethren and sisters who say them is indigenous and this and that, but you're indigenous, but you did still come from Africa at some point. That is one thing when I tell them. I know it's popular. A lot of ones now say them is indigenous to Jamaica. They're still African. I say that. This again gives us another basis upon which we can contract a healthy relation. A relation that is not only going to be useful to our respective peoples, but a relation because of the fundamental similarity between us that in the long run will contribute to a better maintenance of international peace and security. This is the most important paragraph in the entire speech. Let me read that again, and this is why I made this video. He said, in addition to this, there is a bond of gratitude, a bond of brotherhood. The people of Jamaica, by and large, have originated in Africa. This again gives us another basis which we can contract a healthy relation, a relation that is not only going to be useful to our respective peoples, but a relation because of the fundamental similarity between us that will in the long run contribute to a better maintenance of international peace and security. Ethiopia is a historic superpower, cultural superpower. Jamaica is a cultural superpower when it comes on to blackness and black identity on the planet. The two of them combined, this is what His Majesty is talking about, because it's mindset that will ultimately determine the victory. And these two, the best traditions coming out of these two places creates that apex mindset for the person of African descent. In addition to this, both people of Jamaica and the people of Ethiopia are dedicated to another cause. That is the cause of progress and prosperity. Burn poverty to ashes. The whole concept that if you don't have money, you're righteous. If you are seeking to acquire money, that you're evil, is a false concept. His Majesty comes out in nobility. He teaches us. You know, one of the issues of the struggle is that the wealthy people have always sold out the grassroots. His Majesty shows us how the nobility can invest in the grassroots to rise up the nation. A whole different model of development. His Majesty and Empress Menen model. And this is what we need more than anything right now. And we as Rastafari must embody. First, we have to gain the wealth by having trust in ourselves. Every mickle make a muckle, utilizing our economic, what we have, the $5, the $10. We don't have the 100, we don't have the 1,000. We have the 5 and the 10. We have the 50 cent even. Whatever we have that's at our level, we need to be throwing it into the pot collectively to build. This is the battle right now. So those who are taking action, if you're not taking action with your capital, you are not doing what is required for this time. This time requires capital to build institutions. We cannot no longer do this thing by a volunteer. That's not going to work. So capital is necessary. Yes, volunteer is good, but the core has to be funded to be sustainable, or we get what we get: ups and downs, burnout, all of these things. We cannot keep doing the same thing and expect different results. That's the definition of insanity. So His Majesty is showing us we believe in the cause of progress and prosperity. So there's nothing wrong with seeking economic development. And we have to stop seeing another black man or a black woman and we don't want to see them succeed. We have to kill that within ourselves. That was a virus that was implanted. So we say, I don't want to help. Let somebody else help that person because I don't want to do it. We have to kill that within ourselves. Here again, the struggle we have to undergo, the difficulties we must all overcome, and the programs we must adopt have much similarity. Thus I say the people of Jamaica and Ethiopia have much in common, and these common factors can be used as a basis for even stronger relations between our two peoples. People of African origin have immigrated to many parts of the world. Some of them have come to Jamaica, others to other parts of the world. But wherever they may be, they have similar historical experiences, and the problems that await them depend on sympathy. And this can be used by all of us as the basis for the establishment of a greater cooperation, which will be for our mutual benefit. In addition to this, I also believe that the peoples of Jamaica and Ethiopia have another important cause in common, the cause of international peace. For much more than the means of warfare, the violation of peace somewhere must be discouraged to prevent the utter devastation of the human race. We have an important concern that there should not be the violation of international peace and security. Who has the power to change mindset? Jamaican culture, Ethiopian culture, I would add African American culture. These are the three in terms of the black world. No, I'm not putting down any other black cultures. And I mean, I know the Nigerian family go and say, Nigeria is one of the main sources of Jamaica, know that. So, and Nigeria, I would put Nigeria there because we see Afrobeat rising. We gotta give Nigeria, but those four are the pillars in terms of dominant African culture. You can't go around that. You know what I mean? Jamaica, Ethiopia, African American, Nigeria. These are cultural superpowers. And if you want to have international peace and security, you have to change mindset. However, if small countries do not combine all their energies, if small countries do not put their weight in one direction toward the maintenance of international peace, then their individual voices in today's world will not matter much. Collective security, again, this is precisely why smaller states like Jamaica and Ethiopia have the supreme interest that international peace and security be preserved. And to this end, we have to continue to collaborate so that our voice on the international scene would be augmented. In addition to this, it is quite true that a country can achieve material progress alone. However, we know from the experiences of the past that international cooperation tends to quicken the pace for progress of individual countries. This is again another area for us to think about and to see what way we can further expand the relations between the peoples of Jamaica and Ethiopia. From another fundamental point of view, this is why the Organization of African Unity has been established. It is because the African continent, which comprises more than 250 million people, were to remain divided among more than 30 states, their individual voices would not carry weight. It is precisely why, and we have 54 countries, 1.5 billion people right now, so just multiply what I must say. It is precisely why, since there is an identity of interest, we have attempted to include Jamaica also. So that was part of the mission, including Jamaica and the OAU, so that we can carry this weight in the Council of Nations and also through the process of cooperation and expanded economic relations. We might be in a position to quicken the pace of development. The individual member countries of the Organization of African Unity. Because the African people are dedicated to the cause of the maintenance of peace, because the African people are determined that there should be material progress for their people, and because the African people believe in the essential precepts of democracy, these are the foundations of the Organization of African Unity. An organization that is based on such a solid foundation can only bring success in all its endeavors, which will be for the interest and benefit of African peoples and perhaps the interest of other peoples. From the same point of view, I say the similarity of the fundamental national interest between our two peoples, that is our good friendship that has always existed, must be allowed to deepen and must expand the areas of mutual and full cooperation in all ways possible. We must remember that many states today represent the major powers of the world were once weak. China had 100 years of humiliation, remember that. Were once prey to their other major forces. But however, through the process of assimilation, through the process of realization of their fundamental national interests, and through the process of combination that they achieve, they have become the major powers, the powers that are all embracing. From the same point of view, the people of Africa in Jamaica, who have identical interests. So he's talking directly to the black people. So this is one of the blackest speeches His Majesty ever made on the international scene. So I'm just saying why it's so important we highlight this relationship. From the same point of view, the people of Africa in Jamaica, so he's not talking about the Chinese Jamaican, big up the Chinese Jamaican family them. He's not talking about the Irish Jamaican, the German Jamaican, the Indian Jamaican. He's saying the people of Africa in Jamaica who have identical interests should be able to augment their energies for good. We must remember that many states that today represent the major powers of the world were once weak, were once prey to other major forces. But however, through the process of assimilation, through the process of realization of the fundamental national interests, and through the process of combination that they have achieved, they have become the major powers, the powers that are all embracing. From the same point of view, the people of Africa in Jamaica who have identical interests should be able to augment their energies for good by the process of establishment of greater collaboration. So he's telling Jamaica specifically, the people of African descent, your salvation is in collective security, coming together, augment each other. I'm not making this up. I would broadly say that wherever there is African blood, there is a basis for greater unity. So this dispels all the mythology that His Majesty didn't deal with black people, this, that rubbish. We must also help each other in our endeavors to expand education, to raise the standard of living for our respective peoples. To this end, we wish to signify the appreciation and sentiments held by the Jamaican people for the Ethiopian people, and as a manifestation of our sincere friendship, within our very limited means, we have made an agreement with the Jamaican government to establish a school for Jamaicans here. I am confident that all the preliminary procedures will be concluded so that the construction of the school will commence in the near future. Lastly, may the Almighty give wisdom and His blessings to the people of Jamaica. Thank you. And the last part was our job, because His Majesty anticipated, as we learned from the historian Jerry Small, for the school to be built, a polytechnical school. They were given resources that were squandered, and a second installation of resources in Trinidad, according to our Elder Bungo Greece. So His Majesty was making an investment in the people of African descent in Jamaica. And the point that I wanted to make with this video is that these cultural superpowers coming together, working together, underpinning the mindset that we will be necessary for a united Africa. And when you talk about brand Jamaica, we're talking about, again, 80% being Rastafari. In terms of the positive aspects that we associate with Jamaica, it comes from the Rastafari culture. So, and when he's talking about the impact, obviously, Rastafari had a major impact on his impression of his visit to Jamaica. And so, this is the mandate for us as Rastafari. The whole speech was related to collective security, coming together on the basis of our common interests, common struggle. Again, we have to get active. We have to take action. Sitting on the fence is done. I'm not talking to the naysayers, or if you're on, you're not sure. I'm not talking to those people. I'm talking to my brethren and my sister who I know. Get active. Take action. Support something. Join something. Do some work. Now is not the time to sit on the fence. I know there has been a lack of trust. There has been disappointment. But I know so many who have given efforts over the years, who have pulled forward to try to stabilize their own situation. And I'm here to say, no matter how much you do your own thing, the collective needs the eye, and your own thing will crash if you are a lone lion out there. I keep saying this to the lone lions. You've been avoiding community engagement because of whatever reason. You're setting yourself and your family up for disaster. Now is the time to organize and centralize collective economics, cooperation, collaboration. You hear all these things, and as Maisy said, this is integral for the maintenance of international peace and security. This one love energy that Rastafari has championed around the world, this working with people who may disagree, that His Majesty championed around the world, whether you're Eastern Bloc or Western Bloc, whether you're communist or capitalist or socialist, finding where we agree and using that to build bridges. That's the way forward. So, His Majesty, again, Jamaica, Ethiopia, these are the pillars that will help us to shift the mindset. Ethiopia providing that unconquered spirit, so necessary. The victory, the history, the written language, these are things that will underpin the liberation. Jamaica providing that resilience from struggle, that cultural capital, where the rest of the world looks at our culture as up to the time, the latest. I don't say cool, but blazing hot. That's how they look at our culture as Jamaican. And again, that culture is underpinned, the positive aspects. I'm not talking about the acidic part of Jamaican culture, the dance and the bleaching, and that is demon and demonic forces infiltrating. I'm talking about the positive, the ital, the green, the agriculture, good ganja, the sunlight, the red, gold, and green, the progressive, the workmanship, the craft, the arts, the creative industry. These are things that Rastafari has been dominant and set the precedence around the world. So what did the item think? The item agree that Jamaica and Ethiopia's relationship is integral for international peace and security, or am I taking this too far? Let us know in the comments. Let us know anything that we've missed. Let us have the reasoning. Remember, May 11th, first town hall meeting takes place for the Lion Pride on Patreon. Zoom link will be sent within the Patreon for the Patreon family. If you're not a part, join us now and help us to shape the future of Rastafari independent media. Let's do something special together. This Sunday, tomorrow, we have a big panel celebrating the 10-year anniversary of the Dangerous Drug Act. Be there. We have attorneys, actionists, scholars that will help us to put some historical context. This is part one in association with the Goff Law Firm. My co-host would be Dr. Marcus Goff, the Doctorate of Law, IP specialist, and he just coming off of a huge victory for ganja in Jamaica. We'll find out more about that. So stay tuned. We have a lot planned. Loot and Fire second clip is out now. Watch that. Kushite, my favorite artist right now. Make sure the item go support that episode with my sister in Kushite from Trinidad, my new favorite artist. Big up Loot and Fire, who received the Haile Award. We created our award. We said no Grammy around here. Haile, the bridging work, powerful, strength and resilience. Go check it out. The family is coming together globally. We are highlighting the positive aspects of Rastafari, and we won't stop. Why? Because the time has come for the lions to tell our own story. And this is the Lion's Voice.
Put it out for the youths. Yeah. Free higher gift. Freedom. Focus. Preparation. Determination. Yeah. That's the key to redemption. Haile Selassie, I'm a Gideon. Hey yo, this is for the people who stay in court with either criminal cases or child support. It's either entertainment or go play sports. That's the choice that them give you when your skin is black. The ghetto neighborhoods, they was filled with crack. Hard to move to the other side of the tracks. We work all day, plus we paid our taxes. Still Babylon treat us like we're second class. Wanna profile us when we stepping past. And when we drive, they follow with them lights. A flash, a flashback. Remembering back in the past. Escape plantation, crawl through the grass. When Babylon fall, then we all would laugh. They keep building their walls, but they all will crash. Because the people must be free. Exodus, well that's a must for me. We stay hungry, cause we on the grind. We stay hungry, cause we was born to shine. We stay hungry, we gotta use our mind to stay hungry. Ain't got time to waste time, stay hungry. When we on the move, we stay hungry. Ain't got no time to lose, we stay hungry. We got our minds to use, we stay hungry. Tell them knowledge is your phone. Yo, this is for my people who stay at work all day. Say them gotta work for them pay. Sometimes it hurt, but them still find a way to make ends meet. Sometimes they gotta pray. Some slave in them jobs to them old and grey. I'd rather live like an angel, fly away. Some say that they wanna be a thug, they just wanna be respected. No love, that's why they stray. Some drunk off a Hennessy and Alizé. Some just punks, I can spot them a mile away. Cause their style is wild, my mind civilized. Cause it's coming from the banks of the Nile.